Hey, what's up YouTube? Pallab here from nothingwired.com. So HTC has just announced their brand new flagship, the HTC 10, and it's going to be available very soon in the US, Europe, and the Japan market, and it'll come to some of the other countries like India a little later. It'll be available for about $700, $699 on almost all the carriers except AT&T, and you would not get a subsidy for now. US, you guys will only get the black and the silver version. The Europe market, in the UK, it will be priced at about £570, and I think it will range differently in euros in Germany or France and some of those countries. But Europe and some of the other countries will get an extra gold color version. Japan will still get an extra red color version. India should get all the three versions, but there are some differences. We're going to talk about that later. The HTC 10 is their latest flagship, and generally HTC announces their flagships during MW, so head on with the Samsungs, but this time probably the development took a slightly longer, I don't know, so they have announced it just now. And also it's HTC 10, there's no 1, there's no M. HTC presents this phone as everything to the power 10. Let's say audio to the power 10, software to the power 10, design to the power 10, camera to the power 10 for a change. So let's talk about the specs first. You can see all the spec sheet over here, and you will see that it's mainly actually an evolutionary model and not a groundbreaking model or something. It has the same very crafty metallic design, aluminum metal, nice matte finish on the back. Has a 5.2-inch screen, 2K resolution protected by Gorilla Glass. And some of the main things in the spec sheet here is number one, that the front firing speakers are gone. They have moved to the top and the bottom of the phone now. How that will impact, we'll have to see when this device comes to our lab, but we used to love the front firing speakers, and I hope no one complained it. Anyway, so the next thing is that it's powered by the latest chipset, 820, 4GB RAM. You get 32GB models, and I think we'll also get a 64GB model in some of the markets. Now, it has a 12MP camera, f1.8 optical image stabilization, but a new thing is probably the first time in the market or in the industry right now, it has OIS on the front camera as well. It has a 5MP front camera, again f/1.8 maximum aperture, but that OIS actually will really help, and I wonder why other companies have never put OIS on the front camera. Another important thing is that now it has a C-type port, and not only that, it'll also actually come with a JBL headset that actually draws its power through the C-type port. We're gonna come back to that in the audio section. Like the camera, HTC also claims great improvement in the audio, and at least the spec sheet says that. Now, HTC's audio support 24-bit files and also high-res file. So you can actually listen to high-res, very high-quality audio, and you do not have to really compress them to be able to listen to them. But for those who listen to the streaming services like Apple Music or Spotify, for example, no luck, because this high-res and 24-bit audios generally come, when you download them, when you get lossless versions from the net, or from your local version, you rip them. But Apple Music and Spotify, those kind of streaming music service, generally give you an MP3 format of 256 or 320 kbps. But still, you at least have the option. Now it also has this personal or this customized audio profile, just like Samsung has, where you can actually fine tune it according to how you listen to the sound, and that's kind of will give you a personalized experience. Not only that, it'll also come with a set of JBL noise cancelling earphones or headphones maybe in the box, which actually draws its power via the C-type port so that noise cancelling works perfectly. Now coming to the software, it will obviously have Marshmallow out of the box, but HTC has really trimmed down the sans, and now it's more like an improved version or a customized version of the Google stock Android. HTC has removed most of its in-house apps and in fact kept most of the Google apps as default apps. Like for example, for gallery you have Google Photos, for music you have Google Music, then you have Google Calendar, Google Backup and Restore. For almost all the apps, if Google has an app, HTC remove its own app from there. Now what that removes the duplicates that some of the other manufacturers have. Now here is a very exciting news for countries like India, where it's confirmed that instead of the HTC 10, a new device or a downgraded HTC 10 device called HTC 10 Lifestyle will be launched instead. Now the main difference would be that instead of the 820 chipset, it will have a 652 chipset, which is much less powered than the 820 chipset. The 820 has a 2.2 gig quad-core Cairo processors. This one has a 1.6 gigahertz octa-core processor. Now I have no idea why HTC opted for a less powerful device here. Maybe because HTC still thinks that India would be wooed by that octa-core term. Now, I don't know, I have no idea. Apart from that, instead of 4 GB, the Lifestyle will only get 3 GB version, and also the LTE maximum speed comes down because the 652 only supports up to Cat 6, that is 300 Mbps of connection, whereas the 820 supports up to Cat 9, which is I think 600 or 650 Mbps connection. So that was a quick look at the HTC 10. Now here are my impressions. The pros are number one, the design, the camera, and the audio. The audio could be the biggest gain of this model, and the cons could be the price. Even in US, $700 is very pricey, no subsidy. Plus, the biggest disappointment would be that India would get the HTC 10 Lifestyle and not HTC 10. US would not get the gold version if you ever cared. But India 652 versus 820, it was a real no-brainer. Anyway, if you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to this, and we'll try to answer them all. We'll come with a full review as soon as the HTC 10 comes to India. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.